That you all spent a summer Saturday, that you gave that up for us to be here to celebrate 20 years of marriage. Each one of you have been a special part of our lives. Jason and I place a very high importance on relationships and investing in relationships, and we consider each of you to be a blessing to each of us. As you know, we were blessed for many years to have our grandmothers, Julia and Betty. They were great examples of strength and humor, and we really miss them. I wanted to recognize our parents who are here tonight, Bill and Jaron Joe. Thank you for answering our calls day and night and enabling us to maintain these busy lives. We love you dearly. And today I'd ask you all to please remember Noreen in your prayers. Not the same here without her. So during her brief illness, each of you were very supportive. The Cinti family genuinely thanks you, and we thank you for all you've done for us over the years. So I can't tell you how many times each of you have given a piece of us some advice or lent a hand, let us cry on your shoulder, laughed hysterically by our sides, shared a meal, a conversation, a bottle of wine, an entire bottle of vodka, and made many memories with us. You're very much a part of our marriage. So it's hard to believe for me that 20 years has passed since we walked down the aisle at St. Paul Cathedral in Oakland. And I don't know if you remember, but it was a comedy of errors that day. Our priest broke his leg 1 week before the wedding, and so we had a fill-in deacon that day. July 4th, 2003 had the most violent thunderstorm in history. You remember that? We barely made it into Fox Chapel Yacht Club, which filed for bankruptcy 1 month before we got married. We were their last wedding before they closed. After we turned the knot, or tied the knot, we went back to our hotel, and as soon as we got comfortable, the fire alarm went off. We had to evacuate the building, and so we sat in the parking lot in Monroeville at the Sheraton, I think, and we ate Taco Bell in the parking lot. So we have eaten Taco Bell for 20 years on our anniversary every time. And they say, you know, who needs a colonoscopy when you have Taco Bell, right? Our marriage itself is full of mishaps like that and some entertaining anecdotes. And I have to say, Jason hated every time Channel 4 sent me to the animal shelter to do a story because I would come home with a cat. And he accepted that very willingly. I'll never forget the Christmas Eve when we took Francesca over to see Jamie and Ron. Ron pulled a penny out from behind her ear, and she proceeded to swallow it. So that was a great story. And when it came out, it was a nickel, which was even better. Jason kept a very cool head that night and headed right to the ER. Vivi's first words were "Dada," and she's been daddy's girl ever since. And I can't even tell you how many times he has written a note about how much he loves us and puts it in our lunch boxes. All three girls. We never know when we open up our lunch boxes and when we're going to see a note from Jason. I always say that Jason's picture should have been next to the word integrity in the dictionary. His best qualities surround his moral principles. He is an exceptional person. And I have seen examples of that every day in our marriage. In the romance stage, he wrote me love letters from St. Louis. In the adjustment phase, he drove all the way to Roanoke every other weekend to visit me while I pursued my TV career. In the commitment stage, his love never wavered in the face of infertility or illness. And in the growing together phase, he supported my career changes and willingly shouldered more responsibilities of our home and our children. So according to Google, we're about to enter the growing old together phase. I'm totally uncomfortable with that, so I'm preferring to call it the maturing phase. I can't wait to see what happens next with you. I love that our values, our hopes and dreams, our goals, our commitment to the church, and our commitment to the community is always in lockstep. We don't always agree on the little stuff, but we are totally in sync about what matters. As you said, our wedding song still stands. I could not ask for more. And my favorite song says it all. After all this time, I'm still into you.